Hello, young learners. So, once again, welcome to your English class. Let's start with class 7th English. And here's your educator, Aprajita, with a poem for you. Okay, today we'll read a poem here. That is The Sea. Okay, the chapter is chapter number 9, which is a poem, and it is The Sea. आज हम sea के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. Warm up first, children. What is the importance of sea? Discuss in class. जो sea है वो कैसे important है, क्यों important है? Let's read this poem. The sea is a hungry dog. The sea has been compared, इसका comparison किससे किया गया है? एक hungry dog. जब एक dog बहुत hungry होता है, भूख लगती है उसको बहुत ज़्यादा जब. Giant and grey. It's very giant, huge, बहुत बड़ा होता है sea. He rolls on the beach all day. पूरा दिन उस sea में लहरें उठती रहती हैं. जैसे एक डॉग जब हंग्री डॉग होता है वो रोल करता रहता है इधर से उधर. With his clashing teeth and shaggy jaws. Shaggy means rough. उसके दांत वो क्लैश करता रहता है आपस में और उसके जो jaws होते हैं बहुत रफ होते हैं. Hour upon he gnaws the rumbling, tumbling stones and bones, 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 bones. Like a hungry dog, when a dog is hungry, जब भूख लगती है किसी dog को, भूखा dog जब वो कैसे behave करता है, the same way the sea also behaves. Like the dog wants the bone when he is hungry. In the same way the sea also keeps on rolling and tumbling. The giant sea dog moans, licking his greasy paws. अब सी को डॉग से कंपेयर किया गया है, हंग्री डॉग से. तो जो जाइंट सी है वो अपने ग्रीजी पॉज, जैसे उसके ग्रीजी पॉज होते हैं ना डॉग के, वो अपने पॉज को लिक करता रहता है. एंड व्हेन द नाइट विंड रोर्स, जब नाइट विंड चलती है, एंड द मून रॉक्स इन द स्टॉर्मी क्लाउड, ही बाउंस टू हिज फीट एंड स्नफ्स एंड स्निफ्स. वो अपना मुंह पर करके सूंघता रहता है जैसे डॉग सूंघता है ना. लाइक दैट ओनली जब रात को मून निकलता है और नाइट विंड्स चलती हैं, द सी ऑल्सो इट स्नफ्स एंड स्निफ्स, शेकिंग हिज वेट साइड्स ओवर द क्लिफ्स. जो पूरा दिन में वो जो लहरें आती हैं, समुंदर की लहरें जो होती हैं वो साइड्स को बिल्कुल गीला कर देती हैं, भिगो देती हैं. एंड हाउल्स एंड हॉलोज लॉन्ग एंड लाउड. आवाज़ होती है जब तेज तेज. हैव यू एवर सीन द सी रम्बलिंग टम्बलिंग इन द नाइट? रात को जब वो शोर मचाते हैं वो सी, बिल्कुल सब शांत होता है और उस टाइम पे जब लहरें आती हैं तो वो एक शोर जो होता है. बट ऑन क्वाइट डेज इन मई और जून, बट मई और जून में जो शांत दिन होते हैं, व्हेन इवन द ग्रासेस ऑन द ड्यून प्ले ऑन मोर देयर रीडी ट्यून, with his head between his paws. अब वो अपना head जो है, वो जो hungry dog है, like ways the sea, वो जो sea है जिसे कि hungry dog कहा गया है, वो क्या करता है? अपने head को अपने paws के बीच में रख लेता है. and lies on the sandy shore. और चुपचाप, आपने देखा होगा जब लहरें शांत होती हैं तो क्या होता है? the beaches are wet, the side dunes are wet. वो गीला होता है और वहाँ चुपचाप वो लहरें तेज़ नहीं होती हैं, शोर नहीं मचा रही होती हैं, बस हल्का सा वाटर, द वाटर इज़ देयर, पानी होता है और सैंडी शोर्स पे वो चुपचाप रहता है, बिल्कुल शांत. सो क्वाइट ही स्कैर्सली स्नोर्स. उसकी आवाज़ भी नहीं आती है, स्नोरिंग की आवाज़ भी नहीं आती. वो चुपचाप अपने पॉज के बीच में अपने सर को रख के सोता है. फाइन. सो दिस पोएम हैज़ बीन रिटन बाय जेम्स रीव्स एंड हियर आर सम वर्ड मीनिंग्स. चिल्ड्रन, रीड दीज वर्ड मीनिंग्स. Comprehension. Darken the correct option in OMR sheet. The sea is compared to a dog. Throughout the poem, the sea has been compared to a dog. What kind of dog do you think the poet has in mind? किस तरह के dog से compare किया है poet ने? A small stray dog, a small pet dog, a large pet dog, a large stray dog. a large stray dog. Okay? In stanza 1, the dog moans with pain, with hunger, with anger, with satisfaction. He moans with hunger. What does reedy tune refer to? The sound of the sea, the sound of the wind in grass in winter, the sound of the dog makes when he is resting, the sound of the wind in the grass in summer. The reedy tune is the sound of the wind in the grass in summer. Hollow is in stanza 2 is an unusual word. HOLLO एक unusual सा word है. What more common word would be closer in meaning to hollows as it is used in the poem? Poem में hollows किसके साथ use किया गया है? Howls and hollows. Okay, howls and barks. Growls, yaps, barks, calls but. Barks can be closely used. Okay, howls and barks because it has been compared to the dog. Now fill in the blanks. Snores, grey, hungry, quiet. The sea is a dash dog. कैसा dog है sea? Sea is a hungry dog. Fine children? The color of the sea is grey. So write down grey here. The sea dash scarcely snores. S-N-O-R-E-S. In the months of May and June, the sea is quiet. Q-U-I-E-T. Quiet. Say if the given statements are true T or false F. The sea is rough, powerful and dangerous. Yes, true. The sea rolls on the beach all night. This is also true. In the month of May and June, sea is loud. This is false. Sea is quiet in the month of May and June. When the sea snores, it is very scary. Scarcely, no, this is when the sea snores, it is very scary. The sea scarcely snores. So this is false. Now answer the following questions. The sea in the first stanza is rough, powerful and dangerous. Which words tell you this? कौन से words अभी हमने पोएम में पढ़े हैं जिससे कि हमें पता चला कि वो sea बहुत rough है, dangerous है. Rumbling, tumbling, okay, and rough means shaggy. It was shaggy. Fine. The sea in the second stanza is strange, mysterious and comforting. Which words tell you this? Howls and hollows. The sea in the third stanza is calm, soothing and refreshing. Which words tell you this? That is quiet and reedy tunes. These are the words which show that the sea is calm, soothing. With whom the sea is compared to? The sea is compared to a hungry dog. Okay? Now let's move further. Choose the correct options. What does she dash for a living? Make or do? What does she do for a living? Fine? So we write down do here. What have you dashed with your old car? Done or made? What have you done with your old car? Done. She tries to dash a house clean. Do or keep? She tries to keep a house clean. Keep. It rained dash last night. Hardly or heavily? It rained heavily last night. Please dash the table for me. Please lay the table for me. L-A-Y. You have to dash a fine for breaking the window pane. Give or pay? You have to pay a fine. Please practice dash to win the match. Strong or hard? Please practice hard to win the match. And the last one is I should not dash the same mistake this time. Do or make? I should not make the same mistake this time. Okay, children. The boy who is standing next to Sunita is my brother. Now, this who. The place where Mr. Singh was born is now in Pakistan. Where? Show me the book that you bought yesterday. That. Wonder World, which is a theme park, was built in 1993. Which? The italicized clauses are called relative clause. ये जो underline words हैं, these are the relative clause. Relative clauses are clauses that begin with words like who, whom, whose, which, that, when, and where. Who, whom, whose, which and that are called relative pronouns, and when and where are relative adverbs. There are two kinds of relative clauses. अब relative clause भी दो तरह के होते हैं, restrictive relative clause and non-restrictive relative clause. They are also called defining relative clause and non-defining relative clause respectively. A clause that specifies or defines the noun and qualifies it is called a restrictive relative clause. जो clause specify किसको करता है, define करता है noun को and qualifies it, उसको qualify भी करता है, उसे कहते हैं restrictive relative clause. A restrictive relative clause is required to identify specifically which particular person, thing or idea is being referred to. कौन सा person या किसी thing या कोई idea जिसको refer किया जा रहा है, that is restrictive relative clause. Fine? In the following example, the speaker has two sisters and she or he talks about each of them. My sister who lives in Kolkata. Now see here, children. Who lives in Kolkata is a doctor. My sister who lives in Atlanta is a tennis coach. Each of the relative clause in the above example specifies a different sister. एक अलग sister के बारे में बता रही है. It tells which the sentence can't you find. Okay, it tells which. Fine. कौन सी sister? My sister कौन सी वाली? Who lives in Kolkata, जो कोलकाता में रहती है. और यहाँ सेकेंड में माई सिस्टर हु लिव्स इन अटलांटा, ये दूसरी सिस्टर है जो कि अटलांटा में रहती है. द सेंटेंस कांट यू फाइंड अ सोल्जर हु वुड कट द मैन्स हेड ऑफ इन द स्टोरी हैज अ रिस्ट्रिक्टिव रिलेटिव क्लॉज. हु वुड कट द मैन्स हेड ऑफ, ये रिलेटिव क्लॉज है क्योंकि किसके बारे में, कौन सा सोल्जर जो कि उस आदमी का सर काट सके. फाइन. When a relative clause gives us some extra information about a noun in the sentence, it is separated by commas and it is called a non-restrictive relative clause. जब कोई relative clause हमें extra और ज़्यादा information देता है किसी noun के बारे में, किसी sentence में, तो उसे क्या करते हैं, comma से separate किया जाता है और उसे कहा जाता है non-restrictive relative clause. Uncle Smith, comma, who lives in Germany, comma, is here today. Now extra information भी मिल रही है और ये है non-restrictive relative clause. The clause who lives in Germany gives us extra information about Uncle Smith. Uncle Smith के बारे में एक extra information कि Uncle Smith जो कि जर्मनी में रहते हैं. If we remove this clause, it will read like this. Uncle Smith is here today. अगर हम ये clause हटा देते हैं who lives in Germany, तो कैसे बनेगा sentence? Uncle Smith is here today. The sentence will still make complete sense and specify which uncle we are talking about. Uncle Smith. My mother who is an artist. देखिए my mother और mother के बारे में extra information क्या? Who is an artist? Is one of the judges of today's painting competition. If you remove the relative clause, ये वाला relative clause अगर हटा देते हैं हम, the sentence will read like कैसे? My mother is one of the judges of today's painting competition. Still the sentence is clear. और किसके बारे में बताया जा रहा है? My mother के बारे में. Remember, restrictive relative clauses are not separated off with commas. A restrictive relative clause is essential to the meaning of the sentence. Eliminating the restrictive relative clause from a sentence would change its meaning or make the message unclear. Non-restrictive relative clauses, on the other hand, are separated by commas. Fine? They merely give more information about the noun. In other words, they tell us more about the same topic. Who, whom and whose are used for people. लोगों के लिए who, whom, whose use किया जाता है. Which, that and whose are used for things. When is used for time and where is used for places. That cannot be used in a non-defining relative clause. Underline the restrictive relative clause in the following sentences. Doctors who have young children are encouraged to use the free day nursery in the hospital premises. Doctors कौन से who have young children. ये है restrictive relative clause. I wish to live in a house that faces the mountains. The farmer whose crops have been destroyed. Okay? Now next is, a person who cheats others has no right to preach honesty. कौन सा person who cheats others? The boy whom we helped last night. Whom we helped last night. The students whose projects have been displayed are ready for the presentation. Whose projects have been displayed. The school, कौन सा school? That has helped the maximum number of underprivileged children will be honored. The girl who sang last night has a beautiful voice. कौन सी girl who sang last night. Now complete the following sentences with restrictive relative clauses beginning with who, that, whom, whose. The man who turned out to be, the man dash turned out to be Anita's uncle. The man children who are under, okay, fine. Fine children, let's complete this. The man dash turned out to be Anita's uncle. The man who was walking turned out to be Anita's uncle. The children who are poor should be given appreciation. The school dash is doing very well. The school which, now okay, the school that is in the city, is doing very well. The books dash have been found. The books that were lost have been found. So now complete these sentences yourself children. Rest of the sentences. Now frame sentences using the following restrictive relative clauses. अब ये restrictive relative clauses दिए हुए हैं, इनसे आपको sentences frame करने हैं. Let's do some. Whom we met in the park. इसको use करके हमें sentence बनाना है. Let's do it. The girl whom we met in the park is Rita's sister. That is shining the brightest. The star that is shining the brightest is the pole star. Who works in an orphanage. My uncle who works in an orphanage is a very gentle man. Fine children? So in this way use these relative clauses and form sentences. Now speaking skills. If every child in our country goes to school and literacy grows, we will have less crime. Yes, each and every child should have the right to go to school and get education. Discuss the problem of children working in homes and factories and also begging in streets and crowded areas. अब क्या होता है कि आपने देखा होगा कि कुछ बच्चे जो हैं वो स्कूल जाने का उनको प्रिविलेज नहीं है, वो नहीं जा पाते हैं स्कूल और वो काम करते हैं, मजदूरी का काम करते हैं, किसी टी स्टॉल पे काम करते हैं. और या कुछ बच्चे जो कि भीख मांगते हैं. This has to be discussed. Sit among your classmates, with your classmates, your teachers, और इस प्रॉब्लम के बारे में एक डिस्कशन ऑर्गेनाइज कीजिए. Writing skills. Write a paragraph in about 80 to 100 words, beginning with the line, if there was a pollution in the, there was no pollution, sorry, if there was no pollution in the world. अगर इस दुनिया में pollution नहीं होता तो हमारी दुनिया कैसी होती? What would have been the, how would have been the environment everywhere? So write a paragraph on your own. Write a letter to the editor of a national newspaper expressing your views on the pollution of sea. Use some of the ideas you noted from the poem. अब एक एडिटर को सी में जो पोल्यूशन होता है, सी का जो पोल्यूशन है उसको रोकने के लिए दैट what you have to, you write a letter to the editor of national newspaper और अपने views express कीजिए कि कैसे pollution रोका जा सकता है. Now the values, how can you save the earth? That you have to think over. Everybody, each and every individual, सबको सोचना है ये कि हम अपने अर्थ को कैसे बचा सकते हैं, पोल्यूशन फ्री कैसे कर सकते हैं, कैसे हम अर्थ का जो डिस्ट्रक्शन कर रहे हैं, जो ह्यूमन बींग्स नुकसान पहुंचा रहे हैं, उसको कैसे रोका जा सकता है. Fine children, so here we end up with the lesson. I hope you enjoyed the poem here and stay tuned for the new video. We'll again meet with something new, something very interesting. Till then, bye.